Wowzers. Whoa. Buckle up, beanbags. I'm about to pop off. I'm about to do a little midday pop off. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh boy. Gee golly gosh. It's about to get weird in here. Oh man. Yo, what's good? Yo, I'm about to go off. Buckle up, bean kernel. It's about to get very peculiar in here. I'm about to lose my shit. Oh man. Yo, I'm about to go crazy because this, oh my god. Yo. Ah! Yo, wow. Buckle up. Whoa, is there? Holy Christmas. Yo, I'm enraged. Oh my god, I'm so enraged. Yo, the rage is burning deep within, it's burning deep inside. If you got food in your mouth, take it out, swallow it. If you got a coffee, put it down. If you got a cold beverage, set it to rest. Because I'm about to scream. I'm about to smash my face through the phone. Oh, I should grab a throat lozenge because holy Christmas. I don't know if I got enough in here. Oh. Yo, oh my god. Wow. Yo, thanks for being here in the middle of the day. Oh man, wow. Yo, holy Christmas. Yo, I'm very upset. No, I'm not upset, but yo, things are getting crazy. Things are about to get wild. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Top of the afternoon, tip of the evening, tip of the morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Tickle me Elmo. The world is trash. Earth is garbage. The Democrats are destroying America. Everything is trash. Oh my God, our very freedoms are at stake. I hate everything. The world is on fire and everything is garbage. Wow. The topic of the day today is this HR1 absolute bag of trash bill that's in the Congress. I woke up this morning and I just thought to myself, like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin on this particular insane, absolutely insane bill. Oh my God, I just want to express the severity of this particular situation, the severity of this bill, how everybody's getting bamboozled, how they got us all in the baguette, and they're toasting us up like a nice afternoon sandwich, and they're about to gobble it down and destroy every single thing we hold dear. Oh my God! I'm not trying to sound the alarm, but holy guacamole, I'm just saying. I'm extremely concerned. Listen, I want to preface this by the following. Okay? I don't even know where to begin. It's so deep. The degree, this track's a little I gotta slow it down so my heart rate doesn't go off the charts and I have a freaking heart attack here. Okay, this is what I think is the issue. Okay. What I think that most people are not understanding is that the Democrats, and I hate to just be like Democrat, Republican, these people are smart. And the stuff that they are doing is so deceptive, is so manipulative, is so tactical and strategic. The degree of intelligence that they are using to infiltrate and destroy all things that we hold dear is nothing short of precision. They are so good. It makes me furious how smart they are. They're insane and they are absolute savages. The most savage people imaginable, because they will just twist and sloganeer and angle and just use tasteful language to slide right by. Oh my God, they are so good. And I think a huge part of understanding how to win any fight is understanding who you're fighting against, understanding your adversary, and understanding their strengths. And not only that, but bringing a light to their strengths and the things that they are good at. Because these liberal, progressive Democrats are intelligent, highly intelligent, so highly intelligent, in fact, that they have managed to bamboozle the vast majority of people, especially people that don't pay attention. For certain people that are on their, generally speaking, on their side of things, and even most people that sit in what we would consider to be the middle. They are extremely calculated, manipulative, emotionally triggering, and deceptive in the most laser cut, focused way that is mind-blowing to me. And it makes absolute perfect, flawless, and undeniable sense how they are able to slide past the most nefarious and trickery-laden bills with the vast majority of people being unaware and not keen to what they are doing. It is so tactical and sharp and laser focused that it blows my mind. That without consistent and unrelenting pushback, they will literally take any and all things now until forever, until the end of time. And they will destroy every possible thing that we could ever hold dear in a calculated, strategic, and step-by-step manner to single-handedly dismantle freedom, liberty, personal liberty, America, the promise of America, the will of the people, and every single thing. And every single time they find something that's wrong, they just hide it under racism or suppression or Jim Crow, or it's because of some gender or some race or some push down. They are so tactical and laser focused, it fucking kills me. They are so sharp. These bastards are so smart and intelligent, it's insane. You have to look so deep beneath the surface. You have to examine what they're doing with such a microscopic lens. Every single thing that they can just slip something by you. And then they have this huge media machine that they can take all of their angles and take all of their sloganeering and take all of their words and just twist them and wrench them and just pop them right in where you're emotionally vulnerable. Slip them down the side door while you're looking at the front door. It is insanity. It is absolute pure insanity. And the degree, the calculated nature in which they go about manipulating your emotions to push forward their agenda is nothing short of masterful. And I gotta give them credit because these people are savages. Absolute savages. Intelligent savages. And to give them any less credit than that would be unjustified. These people are highly intelligent, and by all objective measures, they are winning the battle day by day on each individual measure. They have strategically set up all of the distribution of thought, the opinions, the feedback, and they have this never-ending churning machine to convince you, to emotionally trigger you, to drive you to believe and follow their way of thinking. And then they change the rules, and then they change the game, and then they change the angle, and then they change the location, and then any pushback, any resistance, any question to their narrative is racism, emotional triggers, some other way to reduce any other outside thing. And what they do with such extreme precision is they look for even the slightest slip up. One trip of somebody on the right, of somebody that believes in conservative American values or just pro-America or just whatever, freedom and liberty and justice for all, whatever. They find the slightest slip up. You trip up one time and they explode it out of proportion, magnify and shine the light directly on it so that every other thing is blocked away. They are master manipulators of emotion, of information, and of words. They are master manipulators of words. The degree of manipulation is so precise that it is like, it takes a sleuth to go deep beyond what they are actually in fact saying and unearth the extremely driven and targeted nature of every single move that they make. It is insanity. And it's so intense, so deep, so obfuscated by emotional triggers that it takes somebody that pays attention full time to look into it. And then when you see it, for you to then articulate it back out is so challenging. You have to be so tactical. You have to be such a strong communicator. You have to be able to understand it, You have to be able to process it, then deliver it. Then you have to have a platform in which you can deliver it. You have to have people that are receptive. And not only that, you have to have people that are receptive at a moment's notice because they strike at the very right time, at the very right angle to just slide it through on the heels of some other manipulated thing. Oh my God. God, these people are tactical. It's like I woke up out of bed and I saw this thing and I'm like, and I just like did a quadruple backflip to be like, where do I even start? This is so insane. Yo, so what I'm talking about is this For the People Act. Again, a perfect example of their tactical sloganeering and how they use words to manipulate you into believing and pushing and endorsing the agenda that they're trying to put forward. For the People Act. For the People Act. This is the For the Democrats Act. This is for the Corruption Act. This is for the Fraud Act. This is for the fucking Lies Act. Absolutely not. Jack shit about this bill is for the fucking people. These people are tactical manipulators of words, and they are sharp as a fucking tack. I gotta give it to them. They are fucking sharp. God. Just figuring out where to even crack into this particular issue is so heavy. So this is where I wanna start. Is like, oh my God, dude. This topic is so deep that it's like I can't even wrap my head around it. So I wanted to first start. I know that some of you that saw that I was going to be live probably saw the story that I just posted a few minutes ago with this short video of Ted Cruz on Fox News. But I want to start with this video that I just watched a couple minutes ago as I was walking around the neighborhood, as I was sprinting around the neighborhood, lighting every house on fire because of this bill made me want to jump off of the nearest bridge onto an asphalt walkway. But I want to play this video by Steve Forbes because he summarizes the issue in like 3 minutes. And I just want to use this guy. I just want to use what he says as just a preface to what I'm about to say. Now, I don't know the rules on video. I got Facebook over here. I got Instagram over here. I don't know what the rules are with the videos and bullshit. So I'm just going to play the audio. It's just Steve Forbes sitting at a desk, so it's not like you're missing this cinematic masterpiece. But I just want to play what Steve Forbes says because he nails it. He nails it as to what this is. Oh yeah, you're just going to load slow on me now, you fucking Google Chrome, you bag of rice. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Yo, thanks everybody for being here. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. So, all right, I'm about to play this video with Steve Forbes. Oh my God, dude. Why? Okay. All right, have a listen. Here we go. Yeah, just don't play. It's fine. No, who cares? No one's here. No one's watching. No one's paying attention, you bags of rice. All right. Here it is.
Democrats are pushing a new bill that would contaminate and corrupt future elections in America. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to help navigate these turbulent times. The integrity of future elections in this country is under assault. Congressional Democrats are determined to pass a bill with the innocent-sounding name of For the People Act of 2021. Don't be fooled.
Don't be
fooled. It is the most blatant assault ever on the honesty of our electoral system. Among its many awful...
That, again, is the perfect example of these tactical people, these psychos. The For the People Act. Sloganeering, manipulation of words, emotional triggers. Step one.
Provisions, this bill would force voter registration. Every state would have to automatically register voters based on names in state and federal databases.
Every single state would have to force voter registration by names in federal and state databases. Which means, listen, look, if you are an adult of voting age that doesn't understand how to fucking register to vote, if you are an adult human, sentient American citizen and you can't figure out how to register to fucking vote, maybe you shouldn't be voting, dog. If you can't figure out how to vote, how to register to vote, maybe you shouldn't vote. Okay? Like, I'm not trying to lose my cool here, but if you can't figure out the most basic of registrations, how to figure out how to write on a piece of fucking paper, probably you shouldn't consider voting in the fucking election. Have we ever considered that? How fucking basic and obvious is that? If you can't figure out how to register to vote, what the fuck are you doing voting? Are you paying attention to what's happening? Are you paying attention to these bills? Are you paying attention to who your elected Congress people are? Are you paying attention to the laws, to the rights, to the rules? Are you even the most basic, like, do you have the most basic understanding of how the fucking planet works? If you can't figure out how to vote, you got a bigger problem, dog. You probably shouldn't be voting, fam. That's not voter suppression. That's not racist. That's just common sense. If you can't figure out how to register to vote, you probably shouldn't be voting. All right? If you can't figure out how to register, you shouldn't fucking vote. I gotta turn the AC down so I don't fucking set on fire. Holy Christmas. Oh, Jesus. Ah! So, like, before I even get through this video, think about what that means. Think about what that means. If you're on for food stamps, welfare, if you even have a driver's license, if you're 16 years old and you have a driver's license, you will be automatically, by law, federal law, registered to vote. And if you don't have to show a fucking ID card of the voting place to prove your fucking age, which this bill also has, that means a 16-year-old could vote. That means a 17-year-old could fucking vote, which is illegal. You can't vote at that age. Don't you see? These people are fucking savages. These people are absolute fucking savages. Savages! These fucking tactical bastards. God, they're so fucking smart. They are so smart. And the thing that's so fucked up is that not only are they smart, but people are not paying attention. And because nobody pays attention, they got us wearing fucking face diapers. They're selling us the fucking juice. They're locking us the fuck down. They're giving us fucking Fauci. They're giving us this long face fucking bag of shit. John Kerry. This guy's a fucking chooch. Yo, these people are coming for us. They are fucking eating our motherfucking lunch. How are people voting for this? How are you voting for Joey Basement? How do people like Nancy Pelosi? Are you fucking insane? God, these people are fucked. Fucking Jake Christmas!
Such as state departments of motor vehicles, welfare offices, food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, and many more. Just state departments of motor vehicles register voters based on names in state and federal databases, such as state departments of motor vehicles, welfare offices, food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, and many more. People not here legally will automatically register if they're on one of those databases.
People that are not legal American citizens that can figure out how to get an ID card or a driver's license, which they can fucking do, would be automatically registered to vote. Which means that just like that, you would have illegal immigrants voting.
This means enormous duplication of names and opportunity for fraud. It would ban voter ID. You must have some form of identification to board a plane, get a driver's license, open a bank account, and countless other activities.
Hold on. Let's play that again.
It would ban voter ID. You must have some form of identification to board a plane, get a driver's...
This bill would federally ban voter ID. Are we hearing that? Federal mandate banning voter ID. Okay.
License, open a bank account, and countless other
You need an ID to get a job. You need an ID to have a bank account. You need an ID to do pretty much anything. You need an ID to get into a nightclub, to buy alcohol, to buy cigarettes.
Activities. Why shouldn't a state be allowed to require valid ID to participate in the most sacred exercise in the democracy?
It would not allow states to force identification. It would not allow states to force identification in order to vote.
The bill would mandate same-day voter registration. Without ID, this move is ripe for enabling ineligible individuals to vote. It would force states to have online voting registration.
Hold on one second. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to play that back.
ID, this move is ripe. Be allowed to require valid ID to participate in the most sacred exercise in the democracy. The bill would mandate same-day voter registration. Without ID.
The bill would mandate same-day voter registration without ID. Think about how ripe for fraud that would be if you had to mandate same-day registration with no ID. Imagine the vast majority of how that could be used to create fraud around the United States of America. I mean, are we fucking insane?
This move is ripe for enabling ineligible individuals to vote. It would force states to have online voting registration.
Force states to have online voting registration. Force. Cool.
Open invitation for hacking and fraud.
Yeah. Here's a newsflash. Every computer in the world, anything can be hacked. Yep, online voting registration. We know how the government does with handling things that are processed online. The fucking government could barely run healthcare.gov. The shit fucking crashed. The government sucks at everything, but okay.
It restricts states from using the U.S. Postal Service's National Change of Address system to verify addresses of registered voters.
The United States Post Office change of address system, it would not allow you to use that system to verify the address of voters.
States would be barred from using undeliverable election mail as a reason for challenging the eligibility of a voter.
Barred from using undeliverable election mail as a way to refuse the eligibility of a voter. Cool.
The bill would stop states from comparing voter registration rolls to remove people who may be registered in more than one state.
Listen, it takes away the prevention that would identify whether or not you were registered to vote in more than one state. Think about all the people that lived on border towns that could just go from border to border. It would just be like every single person could just mobilize that's near a state border. It's like this shit is so blatant. It's so blatant.
The legislation would also ban absentee ballot requirements for the signature of a witness or other form of notarization to ensure that the ballot is from an eligible voter. It would compel states to count ballots cast by voters outside their assigned precincts, another invitation for fraud. It would mandate states allow the registration of 16 and 17-year-olds.
Oh, you heard that. Mandate that they allow for the registration of 16 and 17-year-olds.
Theoretically, they couldn't vote until they're 18, but without ID or other safeguards, they'd be underage voting. It would force states to permit ballot harvesting, whereby campaign workers can pick up absentee ballots from people with no independent oversight. This has been a big source of election abuse, especially in California.
Which basically means that election workers like Stacey Abrams could walk up to your door, ask you if you've registered to vote. You could say, no, I haven't. They could help you fill out the ballot, suggest to you who you should fill it out for, give you a treat, give you a snack, give you a cookie, give you a bottle of water, give you a pat on the back, tell you about their cat, whatever. Get you to fill out the ballot, help you to fill out the ballot. Then, if you fucking vote for the party that they don't want, when they go to deliver that ballot, they could just throw it out. Or change it. They could just change the ballot after they leave your house and then deliver it on your behalf. or just throw it out. Cool. So it just like creates ballot harvesting and removes any intermediary that could possibly prevent that from happening. Like, it's like, these people are savage. These people are savage. This has nothing to do with the people. This has nothing to do with America. And this has every single thing to do with setting up countless breakable systems that could be used for fraud.
The Democrats' legislation restricts state legislatures from drawing lines for congressional districts and instead leave that up to so-called independent commissions, which, no surprise in states where it's used, such as New Jersey and California, favor the Democrats.
There you go. So you take the power, so they say it's gerrymandering, it's racist, like everything, right? It's racist. They're like, oh, it's gerrymandering because they're doing it. It's racist. And then they just give it to an independent authority that leans in their direction. So then they just take your ability away from doing it. They act like they're doing it for you. And then they do it on the other side. It's like they don't care about the back and forth. They just want complete and total control of it.
The bill has other horrors that would restrict free speech, assault the independence of the judiciary, and encourage political abuses from the IRS. Let's hope this bill is deep sixed. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.
Thank you so much, Teresa, for the Venmo. I don't know if Teresa came from Facebook or Instagram. Thank you so much for the Venmo. I very much appreciate that. So listen, now, now I want to get into what is the real just beanbag twist. Okay. You heard what Steve Forbes just said. You heard how bad these things are. I want you to listen to how NBC, first of all, and before I forget, let me just say, Trevor Noah is not fucking funny, and this dude is a corporate shill. I fucking can't stand this dude. Just wanted to get that out because that guy's a clown. Anyways, I digress. I want you to listen to how NBC frames this exact same issue. Listen to this. This is this morning. Yo, oh my God, dude. Yo, this is I can't stand this. All right, listen. This is the thing. This is what I think is important for everybody to remember. The mainstream media, and everybody, you guys already know this because you guys remain woke. The mainstream media is owned by a very small group of like 5 to 6 gigantic corporations. These corporations own the news media, television stations, TV shows, TV production houses, movie production houses, movie producers, movie distribution centers, movie theaters, book companies, book publishers, book distributors, bookstores, magazines, magazine printers, magazine distribution sites, magazine distribution centers. They have a stranglehold on the distribution of free thought. In these gigantic structures where they own all of the media, push only the books that they want, push only the authors and people that press the narrative that they want, the distribution systems that display all of those movies, TV shows, books, and magazines, and the mainstream news outlets are all owned by the same cohort of companies and people. Inside these structures are employees, news anchors and political pundits, news pundits, and people that sit at the top level of distributing thought to you and regurgitating the news to you are not fucking journalists. They are talking head employees that have to toe the line for the mainstream distribution companies that want to tell you how to think, what to think, and how to think about things. These people are employed. They are reading a script. These news anchors are fucking dweebs. They are employees the vast majority of the time. Their thoughts have nothing to do with their own beliefs. Not all news anchors, but the vast majority of them. These news people are nothing more than paid political Dude, they are nothing more than paid political propaganda machines. These are propaganda distribution machines. These people are not explaining to you the free thought. And then they put these fucking dweebs and these dweebs up to read how these bills are and talk about how it is out in the real world. They don't even feel that way. They're getting a paycheck. These motherfuckers don't believe this shit. They are savage. They hire people that follow their belief structure, that are willing to toe the line, that are willing to pump and push the propaganda. And that is exactly who they put on camera to explain these fucking very complex, very significant issues to you. Listen to this thing. This is a 3-minute video from NBC News that came out last week, 9 days ago. Listen to this. Listen to the fucking words. Think about it. Think about the amount of people that have to write the script that goes to these new teleprompters. Think about the writer rooms at NBC. Can you imagine how many people read this fucking script before it goes out? I would bet you that 20 people read every fucking script, every single word, every single sentence before every single news broadcast gets blasted around the planet, the entire planet. This is not only watched in America, this is watched on Earth. Listen to the words. Listen to the words that they choose to say.
House Democrats are rethinking the entire U.S. voting system.
House Democrats are rethinking the entire U.S. voting system. That's the first sentence. Yo! That's the first sentence. Ah! Yo! House Democrats are rethinking the entire U.S. voting system is the first sentence. Oh my God. No.
House Democrats are rethinking the entire U.S. voting system. They're pushing massive legislation, 791 pages to be exact.
791 pages. 791 pages. Hold on a second. Oh man, I have a damn, how am I gonna do that? I have a worker that's supposed to come to my house that's probably gonna be here in 20 minutes and interrupt this live stream, but I don't want to interrupt this live stream because I'm really on a tear right now. He's probably just gonna show up and start knocking and I'm gonna be screaming. I hope that I don't have to cut this. I imagine if they're calling me, that means they're 20 minutes away, so I'm gonna do the best I can to just keep going, but this is, all right, so I'm gonna continue.
Full of major changes to our elections. NBCNews.com senior political reporter Jane Tim joins us now for our elections. NBCNews.com senior political reporter Jane Tim joins us now. Jane, a lot to unpack here. Let's start with what?
791 pages with major changes to our elections. Okay.
Is in this bill.
So this bill is very, very long. There's a whole lot in here. It touches just about every part of how Americans vote, how states run elections. Some of the stuff that voters would see is that it makes it a lot easier to register to vote. There would be automatic voter registration. So if you had a driver's license, you'd already be on the roll.
Oh my God, yo. Oh my God, yo! It's gonna break my heart when this guy gets here, and I have to stop this. I have to stop this total tear live stream to talk to this jabron. But whatever, I probably got 20 minutes, so let me just continue on. Listen to how they talk about this.
States run elections. Some of the stuff that voters would see is that it makes it a lot easier to register to vote.
Makes it a lot easier to register to vote. Makes it a lot easier. And there's a title screen that they put up, text on the screen. Makes it a lot easier to register to vote. Bitch, it's fucking easy to vote. It's not hard. How many people are out there like, how do I do this? What do you mean, gagal? how to vote. Every single cell phone in America, every single time you logged on to Facebook, Instagram, every single thing is like vote, 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 register, vote. There's a million things. It's on the news every single day. It's in the newspaper every single day. It's literally everywhere. Who doesn't understand how to vote? You understand? It's not that hard to fucking register to vote. No one has a problem registering to vote. And if you can't figure that out, then you probably can't understand how to figure out the complex nature of what you're voting for. You see what I'm saying? It's like, makes it easier to vote. How easy does it have to be? And it doesn't make it easier to register to vote. It automatically registers you to vote. It's not making it easy. It's forcing you to. Okay.
Would be automatic voter registration. So if you had a driver's license, you'd already be on the rolls.
If you had a driver's license, you would already be on the rolls, which means that if you're 16 years old or 17 years old, you would be automatically registered to vote. I mean, what are we talking about? You would be automatically registered to vote. Cool.
It makes it easier to vote. If you go, it says states have to provide enough equipment that you would have less than 30-minute lines.
The states have to provide enough equipment so that you would have less than 30-minute lines. Let me tickle your beanbag for a second, okay? Let's think about the free market. Let's think about free market capitalism. Have you ever been to a professional sporting event? Have you ever been to one of those? Anyone? Concert? A sporting event? Have you ever been to one? Okay. Let me just, for the sake of the discussion, let me just pretend that you have. At a professional sporting event or a large-scale mass gathering, people wait in line sometimes for 10, 20 minutes to get food, to get beer. Do you know how big the margin is on a cup of beer? A cup of beer at a stadium could be $9, $13, $15, $10 at a stadium like New York, like Yankee Stadium in New York City. $10. That beer costs that stadium pennies, like 60 cents, 50 cents. The margin is hundreds of percent, 300% margin, 400% margin, quadrupling down, okay? There are lines for beer at a stadium, okay? If it made financial sense for them to reduce all of these lines so that they didn't exist, there would be a beer stand every 5 feet. But they have to make a calculated monetary decision as to how many stations that they have for people to purchase beer, because there's not a line for the beer the entire time. There's a line and there's equipment, there's taps, there's desks, there's cashiers, there's different employees. They have to make a calculated decision as to how many stations that they have so that they can sell the most beer without spending too much on the equipment and the stations. But there's still lines. There's lines because you have to make a calculated decision based on money. If there was some law that said that you can't wait more than 30 minutes and you have to have voter machines, you know how many fucking voter machines they would have to have? You know how many thousands and thousands of voter machines that they would have to have? You know how expensive that would be to have all those voter machines? You know how big of an auditorium that you would have to support all of these voter machines? And then they would say it's racist because there's not enough places that are full of these fucking machines. On top of all that, how expensive that would be for taxpayers, how much squandering of taxpayer dollars there would be to do that. Plus, if you automatically registered 10,000 people to vote that had no plans to vote, you have all these machines so that you can't go over the 30-minute lines, and the fucking machines sit empty. It's not that difficult to vote. And if you have mail-in voting anyhow, what does this even make sense? This whole thing is so backwards. If you look into the depth and understanding of each individual statement that they're making, and this 791-page bill, your head would pop off. Nobody has the time to go through this, yet they just pump it through. And then they use this 3-minute video on NBC to convince the vast majority of people that if you don't believe in this, you're a fucking sociopath, you're a racist, you're some voter suppression supremacist or some shit. These people are tactical manipulators of your emotions. They are strategically laser-focused wordsmiths. These people are savage.
To vote. And as you can see in these pictures, some people wait a heck of a lot longer. It also would take down gerrymandering, specifically partisan gerrymandering.
This chick doesn't even know what the fuck she's talking about. This woman is an employee. Especially, Gary, man. You think this chick fucking knows what she's talking about? She's fucking reading a script. This chick does not know what the fuck she's talking about.
Which is very legal in this country, and legislatures can draw districts that make it easier for the people drawing the maps to be elected again. So this would be...
Whoa, it makes some easy. Yeah, that means, so just give it to the other side. Cool, dude.
That there's a whole lot of changes that would come out of this bill. And some states run elections like this already. There are states with short lines. There are states with automatic voter registration. But this says all the states have to have it. It essentially puts a federal floor into election administration.
AKA a federal mandate. Last time I checked, it was the United States of America, not the United Federation of America, but okay.
Says you should be able to rely on, say, same-day voter registration. Another proposal in there, wherever.
You should be able to rely on same-day voter registration, dog. If you didn't figure out to register to vote until the same day as the election, how qualified are you to be voting? What depth of understanding do you have about who you're about to go cast your vote for? How valuable is your vote if you couldn't figure out how to register to vote more than the same day as the election? You couldn't figure out how to vote before fucking today? You couldn't figure out how to register before today? That's the responsibility degree, the concern and care that you have about the election, that you couldn't figure out how to register before today? Yet we're supposed to believe that you have been researching and picking your candidate and exploring and trying to understand the topics for weeks, the amount of time that it would actually take for you to have a reasonable opinion about who you're going to vote for and what you're going to vote for, but you couldn't figure out how to spend 3 fucking minutes to register to vote before the day of the election? Are you fucking kidding me?
Where you live.
So, Jane, if we go down the road a little bit here, this bill eventually goes to the Senate. What are its chances there? How are Republicans
listen to this,
expressing any of their concerns?
You know, Republicans are not a fan of this bill. This is obviously Democrats' sort of brainchild, and they're...
Republicans are not a fan of this bill. Yeah, because it's fucking insane, that's why.
Their baby. Senator Mike Lee, said recently that it was a bill written by the devil himself.
Yo, big ups, and the most elaborate respect to Senator Mike Lee, who said that this bill was written by the devil himself. Man, I love that. Mike Lee,
you have to essentially, Democrats would have to abolish the filibuster to get this through, or at least exempt voting bills.
So then the Democrats want to abolish the filibuster to get this through. Get rid of the very precaution, the very measure that could prevent some insane thing like this. They don't even understand that if you get rid of the filibuster, that goes against them in the event that it's on the other side too. These people are savage. These people are savage. And then how do they get rid of the filibuster? Just say it's racist. Oh, it's a Jim Crow relic. It's racist. Yeah, it's racist. Fuck you.
From the filibuster to do anything with their slim majority. But it's becoming essentially an existential question for Democrats, because as Republicans pass legislation across the country that makes it harder to vote, Democrats are looking at, do we want to keep the filibuster or... Again,
listen to the language. They pass bills that make it harder to vote. Harder to vote is the language that they choose. What is actually happening is they're trying to secure the vote to prevent it from fraud. They're not making it harder to vote. They're trying to protect the integrity of the election process for everyone. They're not making it harder to vote. That's like saying you're making it harder to get a driver's license. You mean you're making the test more difficult so that people are better drivers in order to drive? That's not making it harder. That's making you have a higher degree of intelligence or capacity in order to get it through. It's not making it harder. Making it harder.
Do we want to run in districts that we may never win again?
And Jane, have voting rights advocates had much to say about this bill so far?
Listen.
Voting rights advocates can't say enough nice things about this.
Voting rights advocates can't say enough nice things about this. Oh, they can't say enough nice things. You should have seen her fucking face. Voting rights advocates can't say enough nice things about this. Fuck off.
Bill. When I talk to them, they say this is the next great civil rights bill.
The next great civil rights bill. Do you see what I'm saying? The race baiting, the emotional race baiting. God, the next great civil rights bill. What the fuck does this have to do with the fucking civil rights bill? This has nothing to do with it. Could not be less fucking related to the civil fucking rights bill. This lady is full of shit.
This would be transformative, particularly getting rid of gerrymandering, implementing things like, unilateral early voting across the country. They say would make it so much easier for a lot of people to vote, particularly voters of color.
Particularly voters of color. What do you mean? What do you mean? Do you see what I'm saying? They're just making these blanket statements like voters of color are somehow incapable of figuring out how to register to vote. That's fucking racist. These people are racist. They're acting like because you're a person of color that you can't figure out how to do basic shit. People of color are extremely capable, equivalently capable as any other race. These people don't need they don't need you to lob it up and make it easy. They're intelligent too. These people are fucking racist. Oh, it's especially for people of color. Dude, what are you talking about? These people are not less intelligent. They can figure out how to fucking vote. You don't have to make it so simple because they're a person of color. That's fucking racist. These people are racist.
We're often disenfranchised by restrictive laws.
They're not restrictive laws. The laws are not restrictive. They call them restrictive laws. They're not restrictive. No one's preventing you from getting an ID. In some states, you can register for an ID for $10. That's not restrictive. People have IDs. What's the statistics on how many people in America don't have a fucking ID? What are you talking about? People of color are just sitting there like, I don't ever want to go to a bar. I don't ever want to go to a nightclub. I don't ever want to drive a car or get a job or get a food stamp or get some type of government assistance or fly on a plane. But they don't fly on planes. They don't get jobs. They don't buy alcohol. They don't buy cigarettes. They don't get a job. They don't ever have jobs. They don't apply for any government assistance. What are you talking about?
All right, Jane Tim, thanks so much.
Whoa, thanks so much. Come on. It's like, bro, these people are savage. These people are savage. They are hell-bent on pushing absolutely any agenda that aligns with their ability to win in perpetuity forever at the expense of anyone. They're pushing a 791-page bill and using emotional triggers to convince you that this is right and just and civil rights and pro people of color and it's the best thing since the Civil Rights Act. And then they're going to say that the filibuster is racist and the filibuster is a Jim Crow relic, just like Barry O used to say. And they're going to say, oh, you're going to be automatically registered to vote. There's more stuff in this bill. There's so much stuff in this bill that talks about the ability to accept ballots that get delivered after the date, that get mailed after certain dates, open 2 weeks some on voting. You got people like fucking, oh, what's her face? Like Stacey Abrams making these insane suggestions that ballot boxes have to be outside. They can't be inside where they can actually be monitored and regulated for our protection to guarantee the integrity of the vote. But that somehow is racist. These people are savage. They are so savage. They are sick. And they use colorful language and emotional triggers and race baiting to convince you to fall in line with whatever beliefs that they have. It is disturbing. The degree of savagery is off the charts. They have absolutely no self-awareness. They just come out and pump it and sell this line of thought right down the line. It's tragic. It's tragic. And this essentially just ruins the ability. And then if you just go on Google and you just type in HR1. The mainstream news articles, you can just see their political angle just in the headlines alone. I just Googled HR1. And the one that really blew my mind this morning was how Washington Post Freaking Senate. Listen to this Washington Post headline. Washington Post. HR1 and HR4 would reform our democracy. Period. They'd also help our economy. Help our economy? Help our economy? Are you fucking kidding me? HR1 helps the economy? What fucking planet are you living on, dog? Yahoo News. HR1 could be huge for voting rights. Voting rights. What voting rights? And then this one's going to really twist your beanbag into a pretzel and stuff it in your Dirt Star. The New Yorker. HR1 is about climate too. Excuse me, bro? Excuse me, bro? Excuse me, New Yorker? Excuse me, bro? The HR1 is about climate too? What did you just say, bro? Excuse me, fam? Oh. I haven't even read this article, but I'm prepared to begin reading it right now and get a heart attack. Here we go. First sentence. The most important climate legislation that Congress may consider in the months ahead has nothing at all about carbon emissions or solar panels. Instead, HR1, known as the For the People Act, is all about mail-in ballots, early voting, and automatic registration. About making sure that every citizen gets to take part in our democracy. Gets to take part. Every citizen could already take part. Oh, these fuckers. They want me to fucking sign up for their bullshit ass website so that I can read this article. Fuck you. Dude, how are you gonna say that this is about climate? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Here, I'm gonna do a little, the New Yorker. The voter suppression bill that's what it's called. That's what they're calling it. The voter suppression bill is also our most important climate legislation. That's what it says. If you care about the the voter suppression bill, how are you gonna say that? How are you actually gonna say that? All right, hold on. I'm trying to pass so that I don't have to register for an account on NewYorker.com by just taking a big screenshot of it, of this stupid, horrendous article. All right, here we go. It kills me that to like do more research for my videos and stuff, I'm gonna have to buy like a registration to the fucking Washington Post and support the exact same thing that I can't stand. It's like, fuck. All right. There we go. The voter suppression bill. That's what they call this. The voter suppression. That's what I'm saying. It's like the level of savagery, like the level of manipulative words, the way that they twist it, the way that they manipulate your emotions is savage. It's savage. They have absolutely no no degree that they are unwilling to exploit. They will exploit you at every single turn. It's nuts. All right, I'm gonna open up this PDF. Yo, it's mind blowing to me, and it's sad. It's sad that they're able to push this stuff forward, and that they, like I said, they have absolutely no concern for what really matters, and they'll use this language to manipulate your emotions to convince you that this is right and just, and this is kind, and this is the best thing to do. And it's like, bro, I can't stand you, dog. All right. Let me do this. This guy's about to get here in a minute. I know that I have this person that's coming here to do some work at the house real fast. So let me end this for now. Let me pick back up in a little bit. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for attending today's screaming rant. I'm gonna let this guy come here, do what he's got to do, and then I'll jump back on in a bit. But thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you in a little bit.